Hey, hi everyone. This is Sai from Let's Upgrade. So let's talk about how to get your certificate. It's very simple. You will see two links in the description. Number one is the place where you have to go and mark your attendance. Marking your attendance tells us, like, okay, you are a legit student who have attended this particular session. Link number two is your assignment. This is where your 90% of the priority is. You have to go and submit the assignment that is given to you in this particular session. Once you're done submitting that assignment, we will be evaluating that. We will send you an email. If you get the passing criteria, then only we will give you the certificate on a particular date that is mentioned again in the description. Please check these three things, and this is the way how you will get a certificate from Let's Upgrade. Number one, mark your attendance. Number two, just go ahead and upload your assignment. Check for the email that you have received it, yes or no. What is the feedback that you have received from your trainer? Number three, check on which date the certificates will be released. Thank you. Bye. All the best. Happy learning.
Hello everyone. I welcome you all to this another lecture of SQL. In this lecture, we are going to cover about combining results with the help of union clause. Union comes into the picture when we deal with multiple tables. So for example, you are working in a very large scale company or a product. It is not at all feasible for you to add all the details in a single table. It would be less readable, it would be very complex. Even to handle it, it will be very challenging. To handle such cases, we split it up into different tables, and that's when union comes into the picture. It helps us to signify and unite the data, whatever we want as per our requirement, into a single unit. Additionally, we are going to see how stack results from separate queries into a single result set using union. If you are not aware of this topic or have never heard about it, you don't have to worry about, because we are going to cover from basics to advanced in this particular lecture. Once you are done completing this lecture, you will be able to master writing the queries with the union clause. By the way, I am Samiksha Mishra and I will be driving this lecture for you. So let's get started. Before diving into the details of the topic, let's first try to understand what would be the agenda of our lecture. So we are going to discuss about set operations overview. We will discuss what are the scenarios, how we can use it, what is the use case for that. So we are going to cover all of that. Then we will see some differences between union versus union all. It is one of the most common questions asked in interviews as well. Then we will look about intersect operator. If you have seen a Venn diagram, right? So this is that intersect part. So it is similar to that, but it is related to SQL queries. So we are going to see that as well. Then we will see about except and the minus clause. How and where we need to use it. When we need to include, exclude, or whatever operations we want, then we will use this. We will get into the details. You don't have to worry about, because we are going to cover it all. Once we are done understanding our fundamentals and our basics are clear, then we will see some real world workflows. Like what are the good practices, what thing you can avoid, what you cannot. So we are going to look those. And then we will have some hands-on exercises, which will consist of 15 problems. We will be covering like most of the problems, and I will give you some as homework so that you will be able to practice from your side and get some hands on as well about the topic. And once you are done completing all of these parts, then congratulations, you will be mastered in union clause. Are you guys excited? So am I. So let's get started. Before getting started with the set operations, let's first brush up some fundamentals or recap of my basic SQL. So, you might be aware of these keywords. Let me write it: select, where, group by. I hope by this time you must be aware of all these three topics, right? Then set operation allows combining the results from multiple select query. Okay. And then it is very, let's see what are the use cases. Then it is very useful for reports, analytics, or consolidation. Consolidation, sorry. Consolidation. The key idea behind the set operation is set operations works on result set, not the table. So they works on result set, not table. So let's see the concept of some combining sets. So when I say combining set, let's see a problem. So orders come from an online or physical store system. Without union, we can have two separate reports, like two separate reports, right? And then we can merge those into one report. But with union, what we can do is we can combine those as one unit directly. So we can have the advantage of multi source reporting, and we can also see some, year over year data, and additionally we can see some archived or my current year or current tables. So there are some set of rules which is there for using the set operators. Let's see what are those rules. So rules for SQL set operators. So these rules are mandatory, you have to follow. So the first one is same number of columns should be there. It cannot be like the number of columns are varying. Then same data type should be there. Then we have same column order. And then we have column names from my first select. So we have to make sure that we are following all these four rules while implementing it. So when we will try to do it practically, then we will be able to understand better. That we will check in the hands on part. Now coming to the union versus union all. So let's first try to understand what is the behavior of union and then union all. So let me write a query I will write select some column 1, column 2, and then I will put union. Then I will select column 1, comma, column 2. And then we will mention from, for example, my table name is T1, T1, sorry, T2. Okay, so this is my union. Let's write it for union all. So it will be select column 1, column 2 from T1, and I will add union all to it. Select column 1, column 2 from my T2. So, what do you think would be the differences? So, let's talk about it. So, in this case, it will remove duplicates, but it will take extra processing. But in the case of union all, what would be the behavior? What would be the behavior? So, it will keep the duplicates and it is faster than my union. So it's very straightforward. So when you see, so union will take only one row. So because of which it was able to remove the duplicate. But in this case, it will take two rows, union all. So whenever we have some scenarios like duplicate data is needed, then we will do union. When we need to report logs, then we will do union all. When we need a very large data set, then we will use union all. Default to union all unless deduplication is required. So that's how it is behavior. We will see the exact behavior while writing the SQL queries. Now let's see what does the intersect operator signifies. So first let's see its syntax. So it is written as I can write select. So for example, customer name from T1 and I will put intersect keyword here. In the similar way, I will write select my same field customer name from T2. So what it will return is it is going to return the common rows with respect to my customer name. Now let's see what is difference between intersect and join. So when I say intersect, it compares the result. Whereas join combines the column. In case of intersect, it is simple overlap. Like we have this Venn diagram. So this is my overlap. That is how intersect is meant. But in this case, join, we have more flexibility. We can play around, whatever we want, whatever changes we need, we can do that. When it comes to the analytical usage of this, Then I can say, for example, customers who bought both online and store. So, users in multiple systems. In such cases, intersect would come into the picture. Now, let's see some other clauses like except and minus. So, SQL SQLite uses except, and Oracle uses minus. So these are just the same meaning but different terminology. So let's first understand what is the syntax. So I will take simple example. Select column 1 from table 1 and I will put except select column 1 from my table 2. So it will give me only where we have less one. So it will remove the duplicate ones automatically. So this removes the duplicates automatically. Okay. And when it is done, then we can use the except. Whenever you are using this, make sure you use order by as well outside my query. So it helps us to why we need it, right? So it helps in data cleanup. It helps us to report missing records detection. And then lastly, we can have system reconciliation. Conciliation. Yes. So these are all the cases, and when we will write the queries, then we will see in more detail. Now let's see when I say what would be the real world workflows look like. So the simple guidelines let's list out. So the very first one is use union all whenever possible. The second one is avoid order by inside union queries. Okay, and the third one is try to use index source tables. It will help us to get better clean data. So we will be creating data set, we will be creating table now, we will be see some scenarios, different cases, we will use all the clauses whatever learned we have learned so far. So we are going to use the complete concepts. Now let's get started with the hands-on exercises. So for the first these one, we will be creating a table and then we will try to perform these queries. So I will be using sqlite.com, which is available on Google online or any browser you can use, and it will be available for 3 to 4 hour of instance. So you can use it on a temporary basis. I'm going to showcase in that as well. So in case you do not have any installation setup or anything, you don't have to worry about it because it is going to take care of all. So let's get started. Okay, so I have opened my SQLiteonline.com. So let's get started first creating with my table. So I will create, sorry, create a table named online orders. I will add some columns to it. So let's add order ID of type int, as well as let's make it as primary key. Then let's have customer name of type varchar. 50 characters is fine. And then we will have order date, which would be also of type varchar, or let me keep it as date. And then let's have amount, which could be of type integer. So let's create it. Let's try to see. Select star from my online orders. Okay, let's see how my table looks like. Okay, good. Let's add some value to it now. So we will add very small quantity of values. Insert values. And I have some values handy. Let me add it. Let me run this. Okay, that has been added. And now let me check my table. So if you see, my online order table looks like this. In the similar way, let's create one more table called store orders. Create table store orders, and I will put some column associated to it. I will put order ID of type primary key, and then let me add one customer name as well. Varchar 50, and then we have order date of type date, and then amount. So let's create it, and now select star from my store orders. Now let me run this. So, okay, now it is blank right now because we have not added the values to it. So let me add some values to it. I would do insert into my table name values, and let me add it. Okay, now let's see. So if you see, so far we have created two tables, which is online orders and store orders. So we are going to use these two tables only to do the hands-on exercises. So let's first see what are the requirements. Okay, let me maybe copy this so that we can have a better reference. We can do it one by one. Let me add some spacing as well. Okay, so now we are good to go. So since we have these two tables, so we will use these tables only for writing the queries and generating the output. So combine all customer names from both the tables. So we need to combine it. So when you see the keyword combine, what comes to your mind? Yeah, that's correct. It's union. So we need to do select customer name from online orders, and then we will do union. Then let's do select customer name from store orders. Now let's try to run this. So if you see, it has made the union of it. Amit, Riya, Neha, Amit, Karan, Neha. So if you observe clearly, then we have no duplicates here. But what if I would have add union all here? Let's try that. Then duplicates are also added. So that's why we prefer union to avoid the duplicacy of data. Great. So let's go to our next problem. So our next problem says combine all customer names keeping duplicates. So if you are smart enough, you know what would be the query for this. So this would be your homework. There is one hint, we have already done it. Okay, moving on to next one. My next one question says view all orders from both sources in one result. So I need to combine all the results without ignoring anything. So let's try to do that. Select order ID, customer name, order date, amount. I will put from online orders, and similarly I will put for online or customer name, and then order date, amount, from store orders. But we need to view all. So what clause we can use here? Union all. That's correct. Because if we will use union here, then it will remove the duplicate. To the left, I guess there is some issue. Selects to the left. Same number of results. Okay, the column numbers are same. 1, 2, 3, 4. Online order. If I do union, then also I will get that only. Okay, it should be comma here. Sorry. So, yeah, if you see, it has combined all. So we got, no, sorry, we didn't, we had 3 and 3, 6. If we do union all, then we will get combined result. Then let's move to the next one. So our next problem says add a column to identify order source. So I need to identify order source. So let's try to do this. Let's put something like online as source. Then let's include customer name, amount from my online orders, and then I will do union all, select, I will put store. So this is our identifier, right? If you observe, so customer name, so I will put it as source and amount from my store orders. So let's see. So if you see, we have added one source to it. So online one is stating my online and offline is stating my store. Great. We are good going so far. So for the next few ones, since it is like very straightforward and going, so let's try to do some different one. So find customers who ordered in both online and store. So this is the concept of intersect, right? Let's try to write the query. We need the common column from online orders. Then we will put intersect. Then let's put my select customer name from my store orders. So let's see if it is able to intersect or not. So we have only two in common, two customers in column. Okay, moving on to next one. Find customers who ordered online. Okay, so we need to use what clause here? We need to exclude few, right? So we will use except. So I will use select customer name from online orders, and then I do not need from store, right? So the customers who are also from store, that I want to ignore. So let's see if we are able to ignoring them. So Amit and Neha were common and Riya is the unique. Okay. So going ahead, so we need to find customer who ordered only from store. So if you were able to do this, then this will be also you will be able to do. So this is your homework because this is similar to that. Now we need to do combine all orders above amount 1500. Okay, so let's combine. Select customer name and amount. I will put from my online where amount is greater than 1500. Also at the same time, I need to select customer name, amount from my store orders where my amount is greater than 1500, and I will do union all because I need to combine all, right? So look, the combined amount is 1800, 1600, 1800. Okay, great so far. So we have completed almost 8 questions here. So let's see what progress we have made so far. So we were able to do all of these. Some I gave you as homework. So I want you to give it a try. Give it a try. You will only get confidence about it. Okay? So I would suggest you practice and let's see the other questions now. Now let's see some advanced problems. So it will have the combination of all the concepts, whatever we have learned so far. So I will be using the same set of tables. So let me copy paste it for my reference. So this is my advanced one. Okay, so let me comment these out. So if you were able to manage with the above problems, then you will be able to manage with this as well. Because here we will be using the similar concepts, it's just that we will be mixing them all to use the implementation. And trust me, it is going to be very interesting as well. Okay, so for my first question is total sales per customer across both the channels. So let's try to write a query for that. So I would say select sub str, order date, would say 127 as month, and then I will have some amount as total sales, and I need to mention from my select order ID, no, order date, amount from my online orders, and then I will union all here, union all. Then I will do select order date, amount from my store orders, and then I will close the bracket here, and I need to mention group by my month. So let's see if this works. Okay, so I have kept a comma here. So if you see, so the total sales in the month of 1 is 9,000. So that's how you can consolidate the reports as well. So here we are what doing? We are doing consolidation only, right? In the similar way, you can find customers with total spend greater than 3,000 and monthly consolidated report. So I would want you to give it a try. So find a customer who ordered more than once. So let's try to do this. Select customer name, count, star as order count from my select customer name from my online orders, and I will union all, and I will do select customer name from my store orders. I will close this, and I will do group by my customer name, because with respect to customer we want, and then we will put one having condition count star is greater than 1. So let's see. So we have two customers who have ordered more than once. Like they ordered in online as well and they purchased in your store as well. Now let's try to remove duplicate manually after union all. Let's try to do this. I would recommend you to pause the video and try it yourself first, and still if you are unable to do it, then you can resume it again. So let's write it. So I will do select customer name, amount from my select. I would do customer name and amount from my online orders, and Let me do union all for my select customer name, amount from my store orders as well. Then I need to put group by with respect to my customer name and amount, right? So remove duplicate manually. So we will try to remove it. So if you see, then we got the expected result. Now we want customers present in either table but not both. Sorry, this is not the expected result. Oh, let me run this. Okay, we have written for total amount. Remove duplicates manually after. Okay, looks like there is some issue in the query. So maybe we will revisit this later. Okay. So let's move to the last question, because this you can do as your homework. So let's try to see. We need to rank customers by total spending. How we can do that? So we will use some aggregation methods, and okay, let me use it. I have the query handy with me, so we can just simply reiterate from those. So let me rephrase it. Yeah, that looks fine. So we are selecting the customer name, then we are doing the summation for my amount, and we are renaming it as total spent. Then we are using my rank on the basis of order by some amount in the decreasing order, because we want from higher to lower, and we have invented a spend rank. Then we will be selecting my and selecting the customers details from my online orders, store orders, and then I would do union all, and I would group by customer name. So let's see if we are able to group by my customer name. There is some issue. Okay, I just reiterated on that and I corrected the query. So we will select the customer name and then we will group by with respect of my customer name. Then I need to select the customer with respect to my sum. So let's see if this query works or not. Great. So on the basis of total spent, I'm able to set a ranking for my customers. These were all the questions which you can try from your side as well. So we were able to cover all of these, and some of those I gave you as your homework. So I want you to give it a try. Then only you will be able to understand better. I hope this was helpful for you, and by the time you have already mastered the union clause exercises. So, congratulations. Now you have learned from basics to advanced, and in future you won't find any difficulties or challenges by while writing the queries related to this topic. Okay then, see you. Bye.